Good evening and salutations, my soap opera fans. So it's not even really a question, it's just a statement. Elizabeth Weber, the definition of a judgmental hypocrite. Listening to this woman today really go at Finn was like, are you out of your forehead? There's a lot to sit there and cover tonight. We're going to be sitting there talking about all the soap operas, General Hospital, Days of Our Lives, Bold and Beautiful, and Young and the Restless. As you are coming in, make sure you do hit the like button because it really does help. Let's make sure that I am actually sharing. Maybe I should wait until I can actually hear myself. Um, let's do a roll call and get this started. Make sure we're good. Okay, we're good. All right, so let's do roll call and get this started. Freddy's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Black Ma's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Jay Blue's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Okay, so you're just gonna be listening. Okay, that happens in the chat. How you doing tonight? Queen of the South. How is the Queen doing tonight? Susan R is in the chat. How are you doing tonight? Texas Twister. How are you doing? It's been a minute. How have you been? Ronnie Ron's in the chat. How you doing tonight? At the Bank is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Cherry Ice Cream's in the chat. How you doing tonight? However, everyone, I'm having technical problems with my communication, so I just bat listener tonight. Oh, okay. I'm sorry that's happening, Cherry Ice Cream. I hope it works out. Laura B's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Glad to hear that, Ed. Glad to hear that, Susan. I'm doing good, Black Man. I wasn't too sure if I was actually gonna come on tonight. And Ron, how you doing tonight? I wasn't too sure if I was actually gonna come on tonight. But I was like, you know what, I'll come on, we'll hang out for an hour and a half, have a good time, why not? Oh no, I remember. I remember you got two accounts. I remember you. Monique is in the chat, how you doing tonight? Of course, you're the queen. Tanja, yeah. No, I remember. Monique says, I don't think she was being judgmental. She's been through this with Lucky and his addiction, so she didn't want to put herself through that situation again. See, and I remember somebody else said the same thing. I don't know if it was you, Monique. I know somebody else said the same thing. And I kind of had issues with that a little bit because I'm like, I get it. You had issues with Lucky. Don't put Lucky stuff on Fender. You know, his thing was pills. It wasn't alcohol like he said. And she's talking about, well, you know, one addiction is kind of like the other. Okay, so now you're an expert. Okay, so you're an expert. If that's the case, then why would you ask, are you planning on drinking again? Ed says, I just hope this is the end of Finn and Liz and they're just friends. Ronnie Ron says Ava is so effing stupid. If she did shoot Rebecca Gomez, then Lucas would be an accessory. Well, actually, yes, she was angry. That's true. But it's a good thing she didn't shoot him. Okay. As I always sit there and say, I am one person. If I miss your comment, don't sit there and get upset. Don't think that I'm ignoring you. There's 24 people in the chat. There's only one of me. So just, you know, eventually I will get to one of your comments. So don't feel like you're being left out. Dollar in the chat was good. Good to see you, my friend. It's going to be a nice little cheese, I guess. I just don't like wasting alcohol. I don't like wasting alcohol. Yeah, exactly, Laura B. It's always good to sit there and see her. Her, you know, she was always comes in with really good, interesting perspectives. Harris says, I just want to know how Chad takes the gun away from Harris. Yeah, I'm wondering about a lot of that stuff. Domex is doing awesome. Got a much. I gotta get one. I do. I gotta get one. It's been a hot minute. What's good, me Cobb? Tommy, how you doing tonight? Freddie says, but even though I came here, I usually the quiet person. Usually I don't say much. I may say something sometimes, but usually I just love listening. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And Kyrie's Clark, the one and only. Kyrie says, Albert, you evil genius, despite my title, I chose you having me thinking of the Brooke and Stephanie situation from a reviewer's perspective. Oh, interesting, Kyrie's interesting. Your title was interesting, but I'm loving your review style so far though. Autumn, hey Albert, Carly was right when she was asking Sunny why does he care and why was he telling her this, because at the end of the day, Jason is the one person Sunny should not be worrying about, of course. And if he was on his medication, he would know that. And what's good, Tommy Smith? Yeah, I got my issues to Steffi as well. Oh, of course, Freddie. Go back. Despite my title, I chose you having me thinking of the brook. That's interesting. That's interesting. I'm looking forward towards your stream tonight. By the way, I hope you had a good day. And I gotta watch your other video, your shareholders meeting video. But Tommy says Victor should be grateful he's not in jail. Cole and Michael is looking out for exactly, Tommy. Exactly. And that's the thing about Victor. It's he could just be a dick at times. Coach says, yes, I'm so proud of my day's review. I spoke about Clyde and Officer Goldman very neutrally. Yeah, I gotta finish watching it. Ron says, Albert, I don't see the point of Chad going to Montana. So what's he going to do? Because in the preview we saw Clyde saying that Abigail is alive, and I didn't unalive her. Yes. I don't know. Yeah, so I'm definitely looking forward to watching the rest of it tonight. I started watching a little bit of it, but I had to sit there and kind of get the soaps out the way. It was actually kind of a miracle that I actually got that done. But I'm looking forward to watching it tonight. Terry says, but Ava again at some point she's a fierce one. Who would win, Ava V versus Ava J? Damn, that's a good question. That's a really good question. Tommy, I don't know. Maybe I had good instincts. That's a really good. Justin said, "Did you hate the kiss between Liz and Finn? Is no, no, Justin. She has a long standing of being a hypocrite. I called her a hypocrite because it was like it's more judgmental. She's a hypocrite, but she was very judgmental today, Justin, with his whole him taking a drink and everything like that. Ed says Drew needs to put some respect on Jordan's name because it was her idea he used so he wouldn't be considered for congressman without also why didn't Drew talking to Sam about this? Why isn't Drew talking to Sam about I don't understand why he asks so many people about something that he wants to do. Like just do it. Why is he getting everyone's take on this? I don't understand. It's like you're having the same conversation. And thank you, Lord B. Don't forget the like. Don't forget to hit the like button because it really does help. Autumn says, Albert, do you think Anna is going to get the evidence she needs against Valentine? Because when Anna concerned, she's being a little bit biased. Autumn, I think she's actually going to do the right thing. I think here's the thing, Autumn. I think the plot demands her to do the right thing. I think if she veers off course and tries to protect Valentine at that point, it's not going to be good for viewership. So I think they kind of got to go on that line. So yeah, I do think that she's going to do the right thing on him. Ron says, "Albert, what's your take on Roman Kate being concerned about Lucas? She was like he should just spend." Yeah, Tommy, Katie is totally jealous, and it's so annoying. Ron, a year is a long time. If he can actually do it a lot sooner, then he should do it sooner. I understand Kate's concern about, hey, listen, I'd rather you just do your time and be safe. But who knows what could happen in a year in jail? Like seriously, it's not like even a couple of months in jail is like purgatory. Tommy says now Katie's not happy for building a relationship. Exactly, and that's the thing, Tommy. She doesn't want to be with Bill, but she doesn't want somebody else to be with Bill. Like, come on, make that make sense. Oh, Jay Blue says, why doesn't Drew have a conversation with Sam? He's going to be away a lot if he takes the position. What about his daughter? Yeah, I mean, a conversation with Sam is probably the most important conversation. Not with everybody else, not with Michael. I mean, yeah, with Michael. Yeah, I guess with Michael, yeah. But not with Carly, though. Why the hell are you going to Carly for? Domex says the Avas would end in a stalemate based on how they are now. Now, at their peak of their villainage arc, it will be Ava Marie all the way. No, you got a point, Jay Blue. You got a point. Domex says Lucas has spent a lot of time in jail. This isn't his first time in jail. Plus, the first time he spent years in jail, he wasn't even guilty. He lost a lot of time with kids and grandkids. Damn. That's what I said. But also, Clyde put a good. hmm, I guess if he didn't get involved with Clyde, then he could have just served out his year. But a year is a long time now. Yeah, Tommy. She doing too much. She doing way too much. There's this level of immaturity. It's like I gotta win. I gotta sit there and take her company, and I gotta make you jealous and doing all this dumbish. Like, what are you doing? You know, and I said the same thing, Ryan. It's not so much I don't give an F. Well, my whole thing is Sarah's doing too much. Xander made it very clear that he doesn't want to have anything to do with his mother. If the roles were reversed and Xander was sitting there pushing Sarah to have a relationship with a parent that she didn't want, she'd be pissed. Yeah, Kyrie's just trolling at that point, and he knows he's trolling on that. Krista says Elizabeth is a woman of experience dealing with addiction. She isn't wrong and should be very worried. Her fears are valid. I'm sure she has PTSD from her relationship with Lucky during addiction. Then she needs therapy, though. She needs therapy. Okay. That's number one. Number two. it's not fair to sit there and bring your past trauma with your ex into a new relationship with a new person. That's not fair. Okay. If I slip up one time, it was good, Darby. If I slip up one time and I have this girl on my my ass about it, I'm gonna be pissed off. I'm gonna be like, if you got PTSD, you deal with that in therapy. Okay. What you're not gonna do is take out your past trauma on your current boyfriend because that's not fair. Oh, okay. Well, I look forward towards that. Dominic says Sarah's problem is she was raised by perfect Mickey and Maggie. She should get that not everyone's parents are the pillar of yes. It's just she doesn't respect boundaries. Thank you, Kyrie. Make sure you do hit that like button. 38, about 40 people in the like. I mean 40 people in the chat. Um okay, yeah, I'm not reading that. Um yes. Thank you, Kyrie. Make sure you do hit that like button. It does help. Let me go back to that con because I mean, regardless if he's done slipping or not or anything like that, like it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, it's good to see you. It's good to see you, Krista. I just I had my issues with the way that she was coming at him, and yeah, it just, it 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 bothered me. It vexed me to put it lightly. Yeah, oh, man, part of me wants to sit there and do a review on the Young and the Restless because I did think it was actually pretty good. For the most part, what's good, Melly Mel? Summer is being her usual annoying self. I felt like Alan should have probably been told them about his brother, but Darby says if Lucas has been in jail before, he's been more careful about putting himself in situations that would endanger him on the outside. The penalty system, not every prisoner has a multiple millionaire mom. Oh, you really like that Tracy woman. What's good, Tanya? Yep. No, you usually do get a chance to watch the other episode, but tomorrow's episode. What's good, Tanya? It's a nice gesture, Ron. It shows he has great character, and he's been there and he's paying it forward. So that's good. Ed says I'm ready for Claude to be off days for a while because of all this power. Yeah, I said the same thing. He was bragging. He was like, "Listen, if I go to jail, I'm still gonna get you." Da, 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 da. I'm like, bro, you couldn't even get a job when you're on the outside. You have all this power out of nowhere. Monique says Kyle has no regard for someone's feelings toward Claire. The woman did try to kill her entire family, and Kyle wanted her to be okay with it. It wasn't your fault. Hmm. Okay. See now, see at that point, you know what? It's just very sure. What's good, Kevin? See, when you start saying things like that, it's kind of hard to determine when you're being serious and when you're just like, okay, he's just trolling. Miles says I called it and made it crystal clear. I made it crystal clear that Serena is the mystery mother of. Yes, you did. Well, Ron, we all have our favorites. So if that's Kyrie's favorite, then that's what we to judge. Is when you say things like that, it's just like, bro, listen, you're my guy and everything, but I can't take you seriously. Say stuff like that. Um, Max says Lucas' problem is he has always had his mother covered for him. In fact, the irony is the first time he spent time in jail, he was covering for his own kid. Hmm. Autumn says Albert Katie needs to mind her business. She was the one who didn't take Bill back after he. Yes, exactly, exactly. That's what I was like. Was good. Was good. Deluxe. Exactly. Honestly, tell you the truth, that's why I can't. Was good, Big Nate. But yes, exactly what I said. And then now she's. This is my whole issue, Autumn. I was like, once you turned him down for a year, you don't have a right to be jealous. You don't have a right to be jealous. You lost that right. And you, honestly, tell you the truth, you look stupid at this point. Then it's one of those things where it's like, oh, you only want him when another woman wants him. When somebody else is showing him attention, that's when you decide you want him. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty stupid. Um, Kevin says, I'm really surprised Brooke bring Thomas back. I mean, maybe. Just to save her alive, if anything else. Monique says, well, Kate, it's like, I don't want you, but I don't want anyone else to have you. Exactly, Monique. It's very annoying and very selfish. Ron says, what the F is Kayla's problem? The last time I checked, Patch is a grown man. It's a little bit different, Ron. It's not like when you're in a marriage, it's not like you just make moves just to make moves without considering your wife or your husband's feelings. It's not. It has nothing to do with about being a grown man. I don't think that you're really understanding that situation, Ron, which is it's interesting. Tommy says my issue is Victor don't need to tell Cole to stay away from Victoria. If they get back together, you can't kill Cole. That make him look so bad. Well, yeah, yeah, what? Miller says I got good news that Cassie as JJ Deborah is returning to Salem. His storyline is going to remain a secret at days, but my intuition is that he finds out Abigail's alive. Okay. I don't really know much about him, but so I guess that's good news for people that like JJ. Harry says, what did you think of Deanna appearing yesterday? I thought about you. I know you would like her, so I thought about you. I was like, Kyrie's is gonna, you know, he's gonna get a kick out of it. That's what I thought. Um, all right, I was having like 8 conversations. Oh, let me check it. Yeah, I'm not ignoring anyone. I promise. I'm gonna sit there and check the like stuff. So we got We got 17 likes. We got 45 people in the chat. So if you are enjoying the stream, make sure you do hit the like button because it really does actually help. Um, Gets more people into the chat and it helps me out algorithm wise. So definitely do that. And Kyrie, do you want me to give you my honest answer or do you want me to lie to you? That's what I'm gonna ask you, Kyrie. Do you want me to give you my honest answer or do you want me to lie to you? Monique says Hope has no deed or power at first, so she just wants Steffi has or has since, according to Hope, Steffi was the reason Thomas left the company. So now I'm paying you back, going after you. Now Arna says Mind you, Carter doesn't know. Have a night, J Bloom. Mind you, Carter doesn't know. Oh, Kyrie, let's be honest. I don't care about Deanna. Honestly, tell you the truth, they could have put a stand in and it would have been the exact same thing. I don't care about some of these characters, Kyrie's, but you like them, so that's cool. Um, Goblin says, I really like the talk that Carly had with Drew today. What did you like about it? Yeah, what did you like about it? Autumn says, mind you, Carter doesn't know about the kiss that Katie and Bill shared. Carter is going to dump Katie. Why would he want a woman who's obsessed with her ex? Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Autumn. Yes, thank you. Katie is just effing up all over the place. All over the place. But yeah, let me know why you actually like that conversation. I forgot that they shared. It was so long ago. It was good, Jonathan. It was so long ago. I didn't even remember that. Darby says, Albert, I thought that Carly was going to laugh at Drew becoming a comics man, showing how much she even cares about his feelings. I think she was just caught off guard. Kyrie, can you imagine if you had 500 people in the chat, in your chat? Deluxe said, why would Anna call the number back without a recording device? She insists on making her job. They actually, tell you the truth, Jonathan, I think they were all good in a lot of ways. Hell, I even enjoy Young and Restless. I even enjoy Young and Restless today. If I actually have the energy, I may want to do a review on those two. Devlin says like the fact that they was being respectful towards each other, and she told him to tell them about Pentville. She basically told him the truth. Okay, I respect that. Um, I think I think Jay Blue said it best. Maybe the conversation. Well, you know what? Never mind. But I'm glad you enjoyed it. Her says, I know you enjoyed The Young and the Restless. Is that Tracy Abbott effect? Yeah, that's exactly why I enjoyed it because of Tracy Abbott. You clearly don't know me if you actually said that with a straight face. But I did enjoy The Young and the Restless though. Um, Summer is annoying. Yeah, it took them. Well, I wouldn't sit there and say they took them long enough, Jonathan. I would sit there and say that they finally wrote it in. Um, Mel says my intuition is that Sam are going to investigate who changed the will when Constantine tells them the truth, and Xander's mom is the key of writing that will, not Angelica. Well, listen, everyone likes their characters. Kyrie's likes some characters that don't really get spotlighted. So I think the only thing I can sit there and say nice about that situation is, well, he likes characters that aren't normally spotlighted. So that's cool, I guess. Kevin says I like Sally more Summer. I never liked Summer. Jonathan, I found it interesting. I found it interesting because Kayla was kind of annoying. Steve was like, I'm a man of action. You know that. You fell in love with that man. Why do you think I just suddenly changed? But I did like the fact that Steve had his priorities and he was willing to not do something that he would normally do because of how much he cared for Kayla. So I respected that. Sarah, on the other hand, is like she doesn't believe in boundaries. She has no problem sitting there pushing Xander's, but then sitting there asking these stupid questions like, but only if you're okay with it. Like, what? Sweetheart, you done did this like 4 days. Stop asking those stupid questions. Harry says, I think Drew deserves better than Nina and Carly. That's right, I said it. But do you mean it though? Yeah, definitely. I'm not exactly looking forward towards that episode. It depends on how it is. And that's the thing that happens. Sometimes, like, if I can't put a positive spin on something, I don't know if I should probably wind up doing a review on it. But I'm gonna try my best. Deluxe says Anna wanted it to be Sunny on the other end of the phone so bad. Deluxe, I really thought it was. As says, what did you think of the Jason and Anna scene? Um, it was good. It shows that Jason is human. Yeah, I don't blame you, Freddie. Um, I don't blame you on that. It's yeah, I get it. It shows that he's human. Jason is usually more calculated, right? The minute that he found out it was Valentine, he didn't even think twice. He was just like, "Oh, I'm gonna tell John and just be like, oh, just get under the FBI's thumb." And Anna's the one that's sitting there thinking straight, being like, "Listen, that may not work out so well, and if they don't get what they want, you're not getting what you want." Jason is usually very smart and very calculated, so it's nice to see that he is somewhat flawed in certain times. Um, yeah, the thing is, Jonathan, with see the problem with a scene like that is that it's very like Carly was right. Why would he bother to sit there and really care if he didn't really care about Jason? Why would he bother to care to sit there and tell her that he's innocent? But he's also super paranoid, which is why he's acting this way towards Jason. Hmm. Okay. Now people really don't like those two together. It's always interesting to me. I don't know, Kyrie. It's always interesting to me. I guess because I don't really do the whole couplings and like couples or hate couples. It's like it's always interesting trying to see it through other people's like eyes and whatever. Darby says Sarah has a self-imposing block that tells her to ignore Xander once in feelings, but she wants him to change everything she finds inconvenience about him for her sakes. Exactly. I think that's why, on some level, after a while, I just started to really dislike Sarah. I used to think that she was hot. I used to actually call her a hot Sarah when I first started watching it, and then after a while, was like, "Yo, this chick is actually pretty annoying." Even though Xander gave her plenty of reason to dislike her. Um, I know I saw the trailer too, Mel. It actually looks really good. I'm actually gonna watch the trailer again tonight. Yeah, and it's just one of those things where it's like, God damn, Sarah, like you wouldn't want that, but you have no problem doing it to somebody else. Well, I don't know. She's not in the long run, Darby, but I used to call her hot Sarah because it was like maybe she was like the hottest girl that I saw at the time when I first started watching Days. Johnson says Sonny lacks a mess are clouding his judgment. Yes, exactly. That's why it's yes. What's good, Tracy Steves? Oh yeah, happy Tuesday, Tracy. Yeah, happy Tuesday. Yeah, obviously she's not. You know, but that's why I called her though. That was the nickname I gave her. Listen, I had to sit there and try to remember these characters somehow when I first started doing reviews on them. I should have took some more time to actually learn the characters' names. Yeah, Tracy. You know what you know what Tuesday I'm thinking about. Mel says I knew that Xander was not going to be mad at Sarah to contact. And that's the goddamn problem. That's the problem. You know what? No, you like that stuff. Never mind. That's the problem, though. Is that he should be a little annoyed. See, Tracy already, see, that's why I rock with Tracy. Tracy already knows what I was going to finish that sentence. Darby says, Albert, you live in New York, home of hot girls summer, go outside. Well, yeah, obviously, but again, I had to sit there and give these characters some nicknames so I could remember them, Darby. It was a reviewer's trick, okay? Impact. Yeah, I can't with that. I really can't. And then the dumbness. Like, how you gonna sit there and say, well, only if you want to, only if you feel comfortable. He asks you to drop it once, you bring it up again, but then you give him the same choice. You're not giving him a choice. Patty says you're not trustworthy. Elizabeth is the best giving you a nickname. Okay, hi Patty. As says I used to like Sarah from days. My biggest problem is she knew what she was getting with Xander, but she needs to be like Maggie and experience and accept her man for who she is, who he is. Like, yes, I agree. Johnson says, "What do you think actually happened to Abigail?" I have no idea. I can't even sit there and say. That's the problem with this show, Jonathan. It's so when you have a show where you get to have possession and things of that nature, you can't even come up with a good fan theory. It would just get to me. It would just give me a headache because honestly, honestly, tell you the truth, Jonathan, I don't even like the fact that they're rewriting. Um, of course, Karis, I don't even like the fact that they're rewriting why she died in the first place. So I can't even sit there and think about what actually happened to her. It's like I felt like they could have did so much better than to just bring her back alive, bring her back to life. It just seems kind of lazy. Debbie says, "Sexy Sarah, hell no, Albert, nagging Sarah." Well, no, actually, I called her Hot Sarah, but okay. It's very true, Jonathan. I always sat there and said that she was the ride or die chick for him. Um, Susan says when Sarah was on B&B, she was with Rick and had long hair, makeup, and dressed sexy. She was hot playing Caroline Spencer. Yes, exactly. Walking Patty. Got that. Thank you, Lorby. Oh, hell no. See, I can read the rest of that nonsense. That's how I can tell you're just trolling. When you actually sit there and say something remotely serious, then okay, cool. Gorgeous Queen Janet was good. Was good, love. Harry says we can all agree Sarah looks better than Logan. Yeah, not by that much though. We're gonna be honest. They're both almost kind of in the same league. If we're gonna be real, they're kind of in the same league. I'm gonna be honest. It's really not that much of a difference. It really isn't. So I can't even sit there and say that. Yeah, no, I remember you saying that. You were right about that. Well, Kyrie's in my world. I don't see that much of a difference between the two, to be honest. To me, they have like the same type. They have the same build. What do you rate? A seven. Same thing I rate Sarah. They're both sevens. They both even, and they're both built very similar. So, like, yeah, that's how I look at it. As I said, this would be the second time Abby come back from the dead. But if they do this, is better to be what it because they should have had her in the hospital until they recast the role. Yeah, that would have been a lot better. Like I don't. Maybe I just kind of grew out of it on some level. Not that they're saying that they couldn't do it, but it was like, come on, we literally saw them just stab her. Being there for like, it's like, yeah, they could. Harry says, yeah, you talk about my ranking system, the nerve. I will put that on a poll. You should do that. You should do that, Kyrie's. Charlene. Anna knows Valentina's Pikeman. She knew for a while. That's that's my whole other thing. Why was she acting that shocked? No, we didn't. But you know, and that's the thing though, Jonathan. It's like maybe it's hard for me to sit there and try to imagine. Maybe it's hard for me to try to imagine how does she survive because it just comes across as so lazy. What's good, Kim? It's good to see you again. Janice says I miss Audra bedroom scenes. She's so boring now. Yeah, it's you know, Janet, to me, she's just getting annoying. I think that's my problem. She's very annoying, and I do agree, Cam. I do agree with that. And that's what I was saying, Cam. It was like I'm pretty sure it will, Janet. You know, it's the way that Lee's been acting. She's just doing too much. And that's the thing sometimes, Janet. I feel like with some of these shows, it's like you need to have a good glass of wine to actually enjoy some of this shit. Because sometimes trying to watch this stuff sober is just a little bit too much. And what's good, Charlene? Johnson says, I think Marcy Miller will probably briefly come back as Abby to show that the character is alive and then recast her a little bit later on. Huh, that's a hell of a theory. That's more imaginative than I think they'll probably do, but I give you points for that. As says I agree because they made it a point to show Clyde killing her and Abby dying and it yeah, exactly. It was good, Cam. It's good to see you again. It's been too long. And that's again, that's what I'm saying. It's like it's just it's not that's why partly is just like I care, but like I'm not super excited. They could have did it way better than this, and I feel like it's just lazy. That was a tease. Um, kind of a shame too. Tim, what do you think of the bowl so far? Justin says, but Dr. Off, after technology to revive the dead, he revives Stefano. I mean, that's true. But Jonathan, I mean, seriously, how do you feel about that though? Like, if Dr. Roth revived Abby, how do you feel about that? Like, are you excited about that story? What are your thoughts? Are you excited about that? Tim says I watched days Mondays, but it wasn't anything special to make me start back watching regularly. Yeah, yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. And it says Abby's death is basically Stefano without the twist. No, I mean I know, but what I'm saying is, Jonathan, how do you feel about it though? Like, are you excited? Are you happy that they did that? Are you happy the way that they did it? Um, that's what I know. Like, are you excited about it? Like, what do you feel about it? Harry says, "I'm so happy with my Ava Jerome. She went off. Even she was off put by that homophobic, bougie, crockpot, crackhead Natalia. I can't stand her." Have a good night, Devlin. Yeah, it's that's what I said. It's stupid. I totally agree. I do, Kim. They could have brung her back, but it's like it's lazy. Kim, in the beginning, when I used to start watching soaps, it was cool, it was interesting. They used to bring back twins. Like, okay, you come back as a twin. But yeah, Kyrus, it was definitely what, Sean, why doesn't it not make sense? You know, Kyrus, she could do that, or she could try to milk that and blackmail her or something. Johnson says, I'm happy that Abigail's coming back. She's a legacy character and she's clearly needed. Okay. Hey, that's interesting. Okay, I want to know your thoughts on it. I think the problem is like it's the way that they bring it back for me. You know, I think it's one of those things where it's like if you watch Days for a long time, you just get to a point. I don't know, Kyrie. It's just to kind of milk the storyline a little bit longer. We're here. When is the D family coming together? What D family? Yes, make sure you hit that like button, Darby. I mean, make sure you hit that like button, people. Thank you, Darby. Yeah, imagine she won't be, Jonathan. And welcome, War Hero. What's good, Lashanta? Neil says, Albert, I love that Abigail's coming back alive so that she can reunite with Chad and Thomas, and Chad would not be heartbroken. Okay. Um, I'm glad you love it back. I mean, like I said, it's Kim said the problem fans don't want to give new characters a different love interest a chance. No, no point. Yes. Um, I don't have to say that. It's it's funny. I feel like my yeah, LaShonda Victor's definitely doing too much. I kind of Kyrie, I can kind of give you a preview, but do you want to wait into DC says it, or do you want me to give you an idea? Because I kind of have an idea of what he is. I kind of have an idea of what he's thinking. Oh no, I know now. I know all about that. Exactly the most creative ways that they're kind of doing a story, but Kyrie's, I think he's going to like granted he's going to not like the character because of like he's not going to like the idea of the character, but in a sense he's going to like the idea of the character. He's going to like the idea of the character because the character's real, right? Like not every person is he not every person is accepting of LGBT lifestyle, and in a lot of ways it's kind of a real thing. So he's going to appreciate the fact that she is being like anybody else that you may encounter on the streets. You know, like obviously he's not going to sit there and like her way of thinking, but he's going to like that level of you know, not everyone is going to sit there and accept someone's lifestyle. So he's going to appreciate that. If that makes sense. Oh, we're talking about General Hospital. He wanted me to give you he wanted Terry's wanted me to give him a preview of what another commentary would say when he does a collab with him. But yeah, it's a General Hospital story. Ah, that's the thing. Mara. Paris says she ain't got to be accepting, but to live with him all. Yeah, no, I get it. I get it. But you understand what I'm saying now, right, Gary? It's like he's going to like the idea that she is authentic in the sense of that's how some people think. I'm not saying that they're saying is right. I'm saying like he's going to like the idea that she's being authentic because that's how some people are. He goes back to some of these stories where some people said, yeah, okay. So, but yes, I totally get what you're saying. Like, that's the thing, Kyrie, is even when she said that, like, Ava was like, okay, there's a lot of straight people that says flaky too. So, what's your point? Yeah, Lashanta, she stayed beyond on 100. Lee stayed being on 100. Lee needs a man, clearly. Hmm, I get it. Kim says, make Abigail crazy, make Abigail cheap, make Abigail a Stacy Drew character. Like I said, it's funny, Lashanta, because I agree with Steffi on the fact that it's like, yo, listen, if you're not making money, you're not making sense. We can't keep this line going. But now Rich wants to step back because he's like, hey, listen, we gotta sit there and be selling product. I can't just sit there and just be. That would be interesting. I wouldn't be too surprised, Kyries. You have no idea what they usually do on their off time. As says, I could just see. I I just seem like it just seems like with days they take Abby away from Chad, and then put Chad with someone close to Abby and bring her back. Chad and Abby work, but they should just keep them together than doing this. Yeah, that's true, Kim. Lashonda, the difference is that Lee does too much. Just to put it mildly, that Lee does too much. No, says I remember when Dr. Rock brought Will back, but he was not the same because he did not remember his life with Sonny, so they thought his name was EJ. Oh, okay. Lashanta says for Brooke and Holt to plot on Steffi, she got 37.5 shares. Wow, that's good that you remember that. Um, yeah, I think it's going to be really crazy when things really hit the fan. Though, when things really hit the fan, then it's going to be crazy. Um, when Finn finds out about that kiss, it's going to be crazy with Finn. I don't know. Maybe I'm wondering if they're actually going to sit there and hook those two up. Not that I really care, except for be good drama. Finn and Hope. Oh wow, they really. You want days to be canceled, Karen? Why do you want days to be canceled? I think it's your opinion. You can have it. I'm just very curious about that. And this isn't towards you. Maybe I shouldn't say it, but I probably will sit there and say it. I want days canceled. Just simply not watch the show. I don't really understand. Like I can never really understand that. I agree with that, Jonathan. I also agree with. I'll wait till I hear her answer. Gorgeous Queen Cat Lady. Ben and couple ratings going down. I'm feeling. Yeah, I mean, I'll take that, Cam. I don't know. Well, the second option sounds a lot better. I just, I don't know, not to really like dump on your opinion or anything like that. But it's kind of like when people want like a talk show to get canceled. And part of me is just like, or, and here's a thought, you could just simply not watch it. Yeah, exactly, Jonathan. And it just comes across like I've seen people write that in different comment sections about different shows. I'm just like, you could just simply not watch it. Like, why put that negative energy out there, especially for soap operas, just in general? Gives me center of the universe vibes. I'm not fully understanding that. I'm feeling fan and couple ratings going down. Cam says I want days counts because I'm used to get, and even when it is bad, my habit is to watch, but the quality is horrible. I want days counts because I used to get it. Lashanta says, "I why did Lee do this? Do the test? Makes no difference." It was she, Lashanta. I think she did the test because she wants to switch the results. That's why she did the test. That's why she did the test. Because if Poppy and Bill share a daughter, she's gonna be set for life. And she doesn't want that for some odd reason. That's why she did it. She did it to switch the right. She did it to switch the test. Oh, Finn and Hope as a couple, the ratings go down. Okay, now I understand, Kevin. Darby says Lee really do too much, Albert. If Lee put half of the effort in getting a new man after 35 years, as much Lee puts into wrecking her sister's or niece's life, should be happy. That's very true, Darby. Well, it's not so much Alan LaShanta. I think it might have been Martin. Martin's the evil sociopathic twin. Well, Kim, you don't have to be sorry about your opinion. Your opinion is your opinion, and you have a right to your opinion, even if it's different from other people's opinion. I just, I already said, so I'm not going to re-say it. But like I said, I mean, we can agree to disagree about a show being canceled. Um, Again, it just gives me the whole center of the universe vibes. Just don't watch the show. I don't get that. Darby says, Albert, please help me, but I find angrily. Oh, of course. I get that, Darby. There's a certain level of passion behind that. I no, I can. You don't need help, Darby. That's totally normal. Now says Albert, my intuition is that Will Spencer comes back into a storyline with Bill and Katie. Then this dumb paternity test of Luna. Father just forgot their son. Oh, I guess we'll see. Um, it really is who are gold diggers like. Okay, yeah. It is none of her. It is none of Lee's business, to be honest. Like she doing too much. She stayed doing too much. But this, in all reality, this is what happens when you don't have a hobby or a mate. This is what happens when you don't have a hobby or a mate. Oh, I'm very protective of Kelly's grandson. I'm like, well, relax. Like you doing too much. Go get a hobby or a man or something. I didn't think it was stupid. Kim, I was at the end say this. I think that Bill should have been a lot more angrier at Poppy. Because it was pretty stupid. He was way too accepting. Kevin says, I noticed Lee always angry all the time. No wonder Jack cheated on her. Not that that's an excuse, but um, yeah, I can see why Jack got disinterested in her. Now, since I got good news that Long Legs horror movie is coming July 12th. All right, I will definitely check out the trailer. Yes, and she definitely doing too much. I'm like, Lee, go find a hobby or something. Lashanta says, I bet why did Jason have to drag it out of Anna? That's a damn good question. I mean, obviously, like he said, she wanted to protect him. Just like when Anna was just saying, well, why do you keep protecting Sonny? And then gave him a big lecture when she did the exact same thing in the same scene. That was funny to me. I agree with that, Kim. They could do better with Liam. But it's Brad Bell, so they're not going to. Um, but that's the thing, Lashanta. Why is my hand so goddamn sweaty? Johnson says, why does Lee care so much about who Luna's father is? She ain't got nothing else better to do, that's why. She's all like, oh, my sister's a gold digger and I'm very protective of Kelly's grandfather. I was like, no, you just don't have a life. You don't have a life, you don't have a husband, you don't have like remember she's protecting Peter. Who's Peter? Oh yes, Peter August, that's very true. Yeah, thank you, Lashanta. She clearly didn't learn a damn thing from the Peter August thing. That's how some people are, Lashanta. They don't want to be with you until somebody else wants to be with you. They're like a kid in that way. They don't care about a toy until somebody else plays with their toys. Kim says something with Leo from Days. Fans like him and want Days to keep him, and now he does nothing, but he's in every storyline. Susan says maybe Anna needs to step away from crime fighting. Hmm. Doesn't she still have that blood thing where it's like if she gets cut, she'll still keep bleeding? Mel says, Albert, you say that Summer is annoying, but so is Chloe and Mariah. So is Chloe and Mariah. Well, Chloe's annoying, and Mariah and Tess are useless. So yeah, Summer is annoying. Chloe's annoying also, and Mariah and Tess is useless. So yeah, just a lot of bad writing going on. Absolutely, Lashanta. RJ should have kept his mouth shut. Katie should sit there and calm herself and realize that she's a grown ass adult. She needs to act like it and remember that she does have a man. And Lee needs a husband. There. Cutler says, I thought Sonny was about to not. Oh, you saw. Cutler, you saw him kept balling up his fists like he was ready. He was on ready. He was on one. Really? Hmm. That's a possibility. No. Yeah, Cam. It's. I was going to try to phrase that a little bit differently, but yes. Cam, they're there for the network to sit there and say that they care about the LGBT community, and they really don't. They clearly don't because they don't give them anything to do. So that's the thing, Kim. They're there as a prop to sit there and be like, see, CBS really cares. I don't know about that, but okay. Yeah, unfortunately, Shanta, she did. She did. But see, that's the thing though, Lashanta. Like, while people are upset about everything that she said and she did and stuff, like, that's the thing, Lashanta. People want grounded stories. But when you get somebody who is grounded and will sit there and say things like that, then they're like, "Oh my goodness, I can't believe you said that. I'm so angry." And it's like, y'all the same mofos that actually want to ground the story, so I don't get it. Darby says, "Why is Katie talking about her relationship problems with her young nephew? When I was RJ's age, my aunt would not talk to me." Yeah, it is weird. Well, I don't know if it's that weird. I mean, RJ isn't a kid. I mean, maybe your family's a little bit different, but like, RJ isn't a kid, so maybe I can understand why she's talking about her relationship woes. Kevin says, I don't why Thomas only designed save hope for the future before Thornton did it before Thomas. Darby says it's weird. How is it weird though? Why don't you tell me how is it weird, and then maybe I can sit there and see where you're coming from. Um, I mean, I get that, Darby, but it's one of those things where it's like they're not related. Well, I guess they are related, but I don't. Well, I don't know. I guess I just don't see it, Darby. I mean, if he was a teenager, then maybe I can understand it. But he is an adult, dog. That's the thing, Lashonda. If they did some stupidness like that off screen, yeah, that's what I said. We gotta agree to disagree on that one. Well, we just agreed to disagree on it. He thought it was weird that Katie was talking to RJ about her relationship problems, and I did. Um, RJ is of age. He's not a kid, but he thought it was weird. So how did they make him dumb, Kevin? I know. I was like, whoa, they actually showed Chance. I forgot he still works here. I forgot he actually still works here. Just for Summer to sit there and talk about how jealous she is of Claire. I'm like, oh, you're doing too much. Like, the fact she sat there and said, I'm jealous of Claire, like, Kim said, Bold always does that. Once your character's over 18 on Bold, you're grown. Exactly. That's why I was like, um, that's why I didn't say it as a problem. Curry says it's not weird, it's just pathetic. She should be trying to be a role model instead of being an immature schoolgirl in her 50-year-old body. That's kind of harsh, but okay. Um, okay. I'll shoot, Kevin. Well, Kim, I think he meant role model. Um, kind of harshly put, but okay. Darby said this would be a good story, Albert. What if Lee slept with Deacon as revenge on Sheila? See, that would be good. That would be bold. That would be some soapy drama. Okay. Okay. Kim says, I notice with both fans, if you're a woman and your name is not Steffi, people dislike everything about you. Kara says, would you have been shocked or angry if Ava pulled the trigger? Um, on Clyde? No. I think I would have been shocked because they usually will stall. So if she actually did shoot Clyde, um, I would have been shocked, but in a good way though, because then I wouldn't have saw it coming. Oh, on no, I wouldn't have been angry. I just would have been shocked. I would have liked the twist. No, I would have liked the twist. What Logan role model material? Oh yeah, because the Logans are terrible and horrible and evil and blah 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 blah. Yeah, but it would still be interesting though. That would be the soapy stuff that we need. LaShanta says, "Where's Clyde at Montana?" Thinking that he was going to be meeting Goldman, and it turned out he was meeting Ava. So that was interesting. Yeah, she did. I mean, she realized that Ava was going to pull the trigger, but of course they couldn't do it because I don't know. They had to follow some formula or something. Like I said, it just would have been interesting if you would actually pull the trigger. But I like I said, I still enjoyed it for the most part. I still actually enjoy Dave for the most part. I was very happy with. Actually, to tell you the truth, I was happy with all the soaps. Mel says I got good news that the scary horror movie is coming, but no air date yet. But it's about a parking attendant facing off with a deranged killer squirrel. Killer squirrel? Recon. See, I was interested until you said killer squirrels. Ah, hell no. Okay, so a bunch of crackheads made that movie. Okay, all right. We got some crackheads making movies now. Jesus, the problem is that yeah, Lashanta is gonna be sad. That's the problem. Like any movie could be made. Like literally, go to Amazon and you have great movies, and you may sit there and want to find a crackhead movie like that. Laura B says, I have to say I respect Brooke hard work as chemist and CEO. She worked hard for it. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, Lord B. People love to sit there and S shame Brooke, and it's like whenever I see that, I just kind of just start to tune out after a while. I'm just like, oh, okay, here we go with the constant S shaming because this never gets old. Thank you, Freddie. Make sure you hit that like button because it really does actually help. Keeps me in the algorithm, which is really good. Also, become a member. We have a lot of fun in the weekends. You definitely want to sit there and be a member as well. Susan says Goldman is shook because she's an ex-cop going to jail. It wouldn't be good for her, and she knows it. I forgot about the ex-cop part. Very good, Susan. It is. I mean, that's the thing, Lobby. Like, I get some of the stuff that people don't like about Brooke because I can see that. The whole ass shaming thing just gets kind of old for me. Make sure you hit that like button. And somebody came to a chat. I'm not gonna sit there and say this person's name, but they came to a chat and they said something about Brooke that people always say, and I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna read this. I was like, I'm not gonna read this. I'm like, you just out of pocket. I'm just kind of tired, and I don't feel like cursing your ass out. So, Duan, hey Albert Bostic and chat, just stopping by to leave a like. Well, thank you, Duan. I appreciate that. Thank you, my friend. It's good to see you, even if it's just for a hot second. Lashanta says, when you judge everyone and you can't because of your past. I mean, well, you can. Um, just makes you human. Not exactly a good or a bad thing, but Carrie says it's easy to shame Brooke when she is the way she is. And yes, she has nerve to. I mean, I get that part, yes. I guess for me, it's just, I don't like the S shaming in general. So, like, it just doesn't work for me, you know? I get being a hypocrite part. I get that part. But like I said, to me, it just gets old, and it's just like I just tend to tune out whenever people sit there and talk like that. It's like I don't feel like dealing with that. Um, I find it completely utterly disrespectful to women in general. It annoys the absolute shit out of me. It's a certain level of double standards that I'm not exactly a fan of. But that's me, though. I guess so, maybe. There's somebody in the chat knows. I only been watching for like 2 years, so yeah. See, that's the part, Lashawn. See, that's something I can get on Brock. I'm like, Brock, you out of pocket for that. Talking about, oh, you betrayed your family. Like, Brooke, it's a good question, Lashanta. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Kyrie. I was like, Lobby says, if so, doesn't have room to judge. No, I agree with that. Malice says, Albert, that's why I'm the queen of horror and other movies and TV shows and true spoilers and cast comings, but you want to know them all, but you want to know all of what's on the way. No, I appreciate that, Mel. So keeps me updated on a lot of my horror movies and franchises and stuff. I'm a huge horror fan. Can't really do comedies anymore. I mean, I don't hate them, but I wouldn't go and see a comedy. Horror though. But yeah, in a lot of ways, Brooke is a hypocrite. You know, I'm not exactly a fan of that. Her says if I was an actor on that show, I wouldn't never be. I would never been able to have a scene like that with Brooke judging family betrayal with a straight face. Well, Kyrie, it depends on how much money you're getting paid. How much money would it take? How much money would it take, Kyrie, to sit there and get you to change your mind on that? How much money? I don't get it either, Kevin. Unfortunately, we're going to have to sit there and probably see more Ivy at some point. So, yay. I can imagine show LaShanta. And yeah, exactly. And I get that, LaShanta. Like, Brooke is no better. She's a hypocrite for even saying something like that. Also, I'm pretty sure I made that a blockable word too. So, there's that. Harry says I would need 1 million. I'll put five in my eyes. Oh, 5 onions in my eyes. Hmm. Well, Carrie, so everyone has a price. Everyone has a price. Kim says, I like that some actors walk away because they couldn't do it anymore. Yeah, I get it. You got to sit there and stand for something, or otherwise you'll fall for anything. So if you don't have your principles, what do you have? Debbie says, what's yours, Albert? What's mine? What? What's my price? I don't understand. I want to make sure I answer your question correctly. Curry says 1.5 million to 2.5. I'll let Brooke say whatever she wants. Anything less, nope. Really? I don't think mine wouldn't be that high. I wouldn't be going Kyrie's level. I think that's I get that, Ken. I respect that. Um Might have to be like 1,000. 1,000. Janice says, I love Nikisha. Yes, I said, yeah, no, she was amazing. Thank you, Jan. No, she was amazing. She always has a very fun, intelligent perspective about these soaps and how they should be written and stuff. So I was very happy to have her come on. Darby says, "What is Aubrey's price for his dignity?" I don't know, Darby. I guess because it's not that serious to me though. That's the thing, Darby. Like it's more serious to Kyrie than it would be for me. Like for me, it would just be acting. So I don't care. It's acting. Like it's not real. I'm not gonna sit there and be all like really angry at the end of the scene. Be like, it's just not that serious. That's why I was like, Kyrie's is like 1.5 million, 5 million. But to be fair, I don't despise Brooke like Kyrie's does. Kevin says, I like original Hope and Ridge more. Oh, you mean the old school? Are you seeing? Absolutely, Kevin. Of course, I don't know about Martin Lawrence health, but that's my boy got me worried. I'll sit there and say that much. He got me worried. Hmm. Man, I never actually was able to get into The Walking Dead. I had nothing against it. It just hmm, certain zombie stuff I was just never able to get into. I watched iZombie, but and I want to watch Z Nation, even though it's made by the Asylum Company. Harry says he puts the same lines over and over and over and over again, and I need that type of coin to get that B&B energy to work how they currently write. Well, I don't know what to say to that. But we I respect it. I can do it, but I respect it though. Yeah, Kevin, I used to love Supernatural. Well, I mean, Kim, I didn't sit there and say anything about his health. I just said, I wasn't talking about his health. I just said I was worried. So it's not about me respecting his privacy or anything. I just said I was worried. Darby says Brooke could give me $3 million and she could slap my mother in the face and me not doing anything. That's okay. Oh, of course, Jonathan, of course. And what's good, Justin? Justin says Ava forgot her nephew was gay when she was talking with Natalia about Christina and Blaze. What's good, Solomon? What nephew? Oh, Lucas. Damn. I totally forgot about Lucas. I totally forgot about Lucas. Oh, okay. So this, really? Damn. I didn't think it was actually coming out that fast. Oh, now I gotta go and see that. Okay. That's interesting. Sure, really? What happened on B&B? If I make a review, I'll probably talk about it. Okay, I can't take that seriously. Justin says, Albert, she and Ava were hypocrites. How was Ava a hypocrite? Very curious about that, Justin. Yeah, I know, Jonathan. It always makes my job so much harder to do reviews when the show gives me so little material to sit there and bounce off of. Okay, well, I'm glad you enjoyed it, Kyrie's. But listen, different folks for different strokes for different folks, I guess. Puppy says Simon Sanders forget Albert Lucas was adopted by another family. Kim says you do faithfully come online. Good job. Thank you, Cam. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. That's the thing, Kim. It's a lot of fun. I even when we disagree about stuff, it's like we have, I feel like we have a good time. And it's not even just that, Lord, it's like I forgot about them because they don't show them. They don't show them. They don't talk about them or anything like that. So it's like Johnson says you can always not review the episode, make a short video saying you won't be making a full video. I've done that. I've done that, Jonathan. I mean, don't get me wrong. I find it a challenge, but if like Jonathan, for instance, the bridal shower, like the bridal party, I didn't I didn't review it. The Bobby's funeral, I didn't review it. Like there's certain episodes where it's like I know I'm not going to be positive about it. They're very rare though. No, thank you for no, it's now Jonathan. Justin says Albert, she forgot Lucas is gay and she wanted Christine and Blaze to be exposed. Hmm, okay, I see what you're saying. Um, hmm, I don't know. I guess on some level, I kind of disagree about her being a hypocrite. I think it might have just been stupid thinking. Because I actually tell you, the truth, Justin, she actually went defending a lot of stuff that Natalia was saying, which was very homophobic. So she wasn't agreeing with Natalia about any of the stuff that Natalia was saying, and she only recorded it by accident. She didn't even realize she did it. Oh no, thank you, Jonathan. Like I said, if it's a really bad episode and I know I'm not going to be positive about it, I just won't do it. Yeah, I get it. I get it, Gary's. Mm, it's understandable. Mel says I got good news that Beverly Hills Cop 4 Alex movie is coming in July. Yeah, I still gotta watch. I never watched the first one. I know she recorded it. Yeah. No, well, I guess just now I'm trying to see it from your point, but okay, I guess we can agree to disagree on that though. Plus, we got to sit there and see what she's actually going to do with the recording. Cam says, I'm tired of anyone who pops up their mystery Bill's child, mysterious Bill child. Yeah, Kevin she usually doesn't. Um, I wasn't mad about the last one though when Finn was included into it. Johnson says, I'm just happy Days are finally getting. Yeah, I am too, John. Like I said, this week seemed like it's going to be a good week for Days fans. At least they're starting to put some traction in the store in the show again. Well, like I said, whatever your reason is, it's understandable. A Watchers horror movie is coming out. Hmm. I don't know if I actually ever saw that. Seemed like I might have heard of it though. Susan says Ava may use the recording to show Sunny what Natalia's really like, or she can use it to outblaze to the public her mother so worry about just out of spite. Yeah, I mean, on some level, Kyrie's, I get it because not everyone, sometimes characters are just supportive characters, or, are just stuck in supportive roles. But I feel like his story could have been better than what it was. And for them to try to set up this so-called love triangle and give Alexis a relationship just to kill off her potential partner, or even Tracy's potential partner, was just stupid. But either way, Susan, it's going to be interesting to sit there and see how she's going to use the recording. I'll say that much. I will say, seriously, I will say that much. I just, I have a feeling that Liz is going to do something else stupid this week. I have a feeling that Liz is going to do something else stupid this week. What? Johnson says, I'm sure eventually Alexis will start a relationship with Ferguson. Yeah, I just, you're probably right about that, Jonathan. And that's the thing, Kyrie, is they could have handled the Jackie storyline a lot better. The fact that her only son got married, and they were totally cool with Mom Dukes just chasing the story. Oh well, you know how mom is when she works. She just gotta chase down that story. I mean, I'm only gonna get married once, and it's gonna be for the rest of my life. But no, I understand what Mom Dukes is doing. Like, no, 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 no. That does not make any sense. That is, on a side note, Jonathan. Nothing to do with soaps. Are you gonna be watching that new Star Wars show? I'm gonna watch it tomorrow. I'm too tired to watch it tonight. I want to watch it tonight, but I'm too tired to watch it tonight, though. You know what I'm saying, Kyrie? Don't be facetious. You know exactly what I'm saying. That's not the. Anyway, Freddie says I read online and saw pictures of this new couple that I was supposed. I was surprised the actor Josh, who played Cody. Yeah, I heard about that. Eh, I mean, listen. At the end of the day, Freddie, if she's happy, if he's happy, that's cool. Um, well, yeah, Kyrie. I mean, I can't even sit there and say you're being harsh on that, but yeah. No, I want to watch it though. I want to watch it, Jonathan. And again, to be fair, she didn't even show up for the wedding, so it's like, why would she even show up for the funeral? Tommy said tomorrow episode is good on Young and the Restless. Yeah, that's what Melanie was saying. But that's the thing, though, Kyrie, is they can do certain storylines a little bit better than what they're doing. They didn't show up for his one and only wedding. Not going to show up for the funeral. And then the sad thing is, They'll just sit there and just give some sort of lame ass excuse of why she couldn't be bothered to show up for the wedding. Yeah, I mean, I get it, Freddie. Um, I guess I have, Freddie, I have nothing against the actress or anything like that. So it is what it is. Um, and I'll just be respectful and say that Darby says, I bet that Jackie will show up for the will reading. That is so wrong, Darby. Kind of funny, but yes. That's the thing, Kyrie. There was actually a lot of people that actually liked that wedding. That's a sad. Well, that's not the sad thing. You'd be surprised, Kyrie. Actually, how many people actually liked the wedding? Like, it's a soap thing. It's a soap thing. People had all sorts of reasons. Well, oh, very true. Cat Lee said they already had the will reading. That's true. Darby said that's wrong. Darby said that's wrong, Albert, but that's what. No, no, no. I feel it, Darby. I feel it. Tanya said these writers just keep dragging Sunny's story out too long. Yeah, that's typical GH for you. I heard, I don't know, but I heard it's going to be trouble on the horizon now. Um, I mean, people listening to this saying that Adam and Chelsea's going to hook up and it's going to piss off a lot of fans because it's Josh Griffin and apparently he doesn't care what the fans. Oh, yes, I forgot how much you don't like Tucker. And Susan says it's been so long since we had a big celebration with a lot of the cast dressed up that it didn't matter to me who was getting married. And that's another thing, Susan. Yeah, so there's the wedding, there's the romance, there's the fashion, right? So that's why I was not this. That's why I was telling Kyrie. So it was like on a certain level. Did I care about the wedding? No, but um, I know that there's people that like it wasn't for me, but I understand it was for other people. Clearly wasn't for me, but I can respect it though. Darby says fans out, but do you mean no? There's other people that like them together. Um, eh, it is what it is. But no, trust me, Darby. It's actually more than just Melanie. No, Darius, I actually like them. I actually like them. Surprisingly, I actually like them. It's very odd, but it's like it's a hairstyle that I didn't like. But I'm like, okay. Thomas says I can't wait. I can't wait for Adam to dump Sally because he caught her kissing Noah and go back to Chelsea. Yep. So it's not so much about the wedding, it's just more about the characters. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, listen, I don't. That's the thing, Lashonda. I don't think I can get past that damn mustache. I mean, I'm cool with Stefan, but that mustache is just. And Solomon says Adam and Sally are boring or boring TV to me. Have a good night, Lashonda. Hmm. Okay, I respect the carries. Tommy says I want Cole and Victoria to date to piss off Victor. Yeah, Victor be doing too much. I like Victor, but Victor be doing too damn much stuff. I don't know. I guess for me, like Victor is such an iconic character. He's such an iconic character. I just really like him. Like even when I was just watching the ABC soaps, I knew who Victor was. Darby says, "See, Albert Melanie can't imagine Adam and Sally breaking up." Yeah. I, but I mean, Darby, it's not just about Melanie. There's other people that like Adam and Sally. Um, and I see them all the time when I watch them on YouTube. Carrie says I was laughing so hard when Nikisha said she would told Nikki to drink up. I didn't see that. I didn't see that comment coming from her, so I thought that was actually very interesting. Oh no, no, you're not being mean, Darby. You're not being mean. I'm just saying, like like when I go to YouTube to watch Young and the Restless, I look at the bottom of the comments just to see if it's the full episode. And I read a lot of people, and they sit there and they say they like Adam and Sally together. So usually the comments I read is usually from like watching videos on YouTube. I mean, like I said, I honestly tell you, the truth, I mean, I'm like I said, I'm not a couples person. I don't. It's not really my thing, but I respect. See, there you go. Jonathan like Adam and Sally. So yeah. Oh, it's time for Kyrie to actually come on his live stream tonight. And have a good night, Laura B. Have a good night, Tanya. Gracious OMG, I was with Carly on this one. She was so tired of Sunny, and even after the fact that Sunny was proven he didn't attack Jason, he still ignored. He's still being ignorant. Well, here's the thing. I mean, Freddie, you gotta sit there and remember that it's not so much that he's being well. He also is low on his dosage, though, right? He's low on his medication. So is he being ignorant, or is it just a medic? Is it just a lack of medication? That's the thing. It wasn't just saying that he's out of pocket, he's doing this, he's doing that. When people talk about Sonny or they call Sonny out on these things, they don't sit there and acknowledge the fact that he is not fully on his medication. Of course, he's going to sound ignorant when he's supposed to go on his full doses and he's not. But Freddie, again, he's low on his medication now. So, like, You gotta sit there and remember, Freddie, that's a factor. Someone says B&B needs to step up their comedy today. To this episode of Bill possibly being Luna's daddy was uninteresting. I need the show to be Golden Girls level of comedy. Golden Girls level of comedy. Okay, that's Freddie says Sunny is Sunny. Doge no Doge. Nothing is too much different, to be honest. That's okay. That's we're gonna have to agree to disagree on that. We're gonna have to agree to disagree on that because your doses are gonna sit there and affect how you behave. This is exactly what Johnson says. Sonny is bipolar and lack of medication creates a shift in his behavior. So yes, he's gonna sit there and say that he's being like that. Freddie, you're my guy and everything like that, but that literally does not make any sense though. Thank you, Susan. Without his full meds, Sonny is extremely paranoid. So of course he's gonna be sitting there acting that way. That's the thing, Freddie. If I'm supposed to be on medication and I'm not on my full dosage, I'm not just gonna be acting the same way that I'm acting now. That's like if I had a lack of sleep, I'm not gonna sit there and I may act like a dick. And I don't normally act like a dick, not normally, but like Johnson said, this is what happened to Morgan when his mess was tampered with. Yes. Tommy says, I agree. She forgave Claire so quickly than Adam. Okay. But have a night, Solomon. But that's the thing, Jonathan. It's not just Freddie that says that sometimes. Um, I've seen other people say it, and I'm just like, sometimes I have to sit there and just be like, you know what? Listen, this is your opinion. I don't need to agree with it. Oh, here we go. Another one. Darby says, at the end of the day, Sonny is who he is, despite the level of his blank dosage. He would do terrible things, even if he had his normal usage, Albert. Don't give him that tight excuse of for criminals. Okay, so I guess people don't understand that when you're on medication, it's going to affect you differently. It's going to affect how you move, how you behave. No one's not there saying he's not going to still not be a criminal. I don't think that Freddie says even if Sonny was on his medication, it wouldn't be too much of a difference. That's just the way I see it. Just even more worse because he's not on his right dosage. Well, like you said, it's how you see it. So we are clearly going to agree to disagree on that one. Um, it's different when you are on medication than if you're not on medication. That's the same thing if I have a lack of sleep as opposed to me being fully awake. My mood is going to be different, and the way I behave and the way I talk to people is going to be different. Darby says, does he not delete people when he's yeah? But that's not the same thing though. What because he's calling him ignorant, and I'm like, he's not fully on his medication. So for him to sit there and say, "Well, Sonny is still going to be Sonny," it's like, well, what does that even mean? It just seems like it's just a very blanket statement, and it's like it's like the difference between Smith is saying deadbeat daddy and absentee father. And when you're trying to sit there and tell them that they're different, they're just like, well, tomato, tomato. No, it's not tomato, tomato. They're totally different. You're totally discounting that. That's why it's like I guess for me it's just kind of like mind blowing. Thank you, Susan. Susan says Sonny is a despicable character, but the whole reason he was prescribed the mess was to control his worst tendencies. Conley says Sonny's meds are off. He's not going to act the same way. He's acting out of control. He always have control when he's on his full meds. Is that and I'm not saying you, Darby. Darby says I'm not calling him ignorant. I'm calling him evil, who sometimes does nice things. Well, no, I didn't sit there and say you. I meant towards Freddie, but mm, you're still kind of on that wavelength of him. Um, I think the disagreement that I have with Freddie and you is that you're kind of just putting a blanket statement on it, and it's not a tomato situation. Like no one's meant to saying Sonny's not evil, but he's doing things that's more out of pocket. Johnson says half of Valentine's plan is ruined. Freddie says I said Sonny was ignorant because after he was proven not to be behind the attack, he's still talking trash to Jason. That's what I said. No, I know, but like the reason why he's talking trash to him is because he's not fully medicated. You know, like if he was fully medicated, you'd be like, you know what? I was talking trash about him, but I see that he is, he's not behind it like I thought he was. But because he's not on his medication, he's still finding reasons to justify his hate and his paranoia. That's what I mean by that. Because he's not fully on his medication. So he can't sit there and be like, he doesn't have a level of control to pull himself back from being like, yeah, you know what? I'm out of pocket. Let me not do that. And Susan says Sonny has an explosive personality and the correct dosage helps control that. Yes. So him still going at Jason will come across as ignorant, but it's the lack of medication that is having him do that. Darby says, so I'm supposed to feel for a murderer who bizarrely gets away with it on a regular basis because of his medication? When did I actually say that? When was that question actually posed? I think that's like an I don't want to think that's an overinflation, but that's not yeah, that's like a completely left statement. Johnson says the bipolar is causing Sonny's irrational thinking, which is why he keeps going at people and coming across. That's what you're asking, Albert. That's not what I'm asking. Darby, I never actually said that. Those weren't the words I said. I didn't sit there and say you're supposed to feel bad for him. I said that he's doing certain things. We can all acknowledge that even on a good day, Sonny is a criminal and he does bad things, right? The choice is, are you excusing his normal actions? That's not what I said. I said on a good day, he is still a criminal. He's still a bad person. He does bad things. And I don't even know where you were going with this, but it seemed like you were on the same, like, I don't even know where you were going with this, to be honest. I was just basically saying that he's doing a lot of stupidness, a lot of over the top stuff because he's not fully on his medication. No one's saying that you have to make justification and excuses, but people listen to say, well, he's acting so dumb and he's out of pocket. It's like, yes, of course he's acting dumb and out of pocket. He's low on his medication. I don't have no problem with that, Darby. I would just sit there. I think it just kind of just blew me a little bit because I'm just like, people are calling him all these names. And I'm just like, oh, he's so wrong for the way he's treating this person. He's so wrong for the way he's being, just a bonehead and just doing all these stupid mistakes. It's like, well, yeah, he has a lack of medication. That's going to affect how he moves. At the end of the day, I still think that he's kind of a scumbag, especially for the stuff he did back then. Susan says, trust me, my brother has been diagnosed with bipolar, and without his med, he acts very differently. He needs his meds to function normally. Yes. Freddie says, Albert, he still do it even if he was on his meds. That's how I see it. Sonny is not as loyal as Jason was, and Jason still gave him grace. If Sonny doesn't get his way, he would still treat Jason like dirt. Hmm, maybe, maybe. I don't know. Like I said, it's the way that you see it. So you're gonna still see it that way. So I'm not here to sit there and change your mind or your perspective. I see it a little bit differently. But I do notice that Sonny doesn't always give the same energy, the same respect back that he always gets. So I understand that part. I get that part. I just don't know in this situation if he would still do the same thing. And I get it. At the end of the day, Freddie, like I said, we can always agree. We can always respectfully agree to disagree. He just caught me off guard a little bit. So, and trust me, Freddie, I'll probably sit there and say that stuff in my reviews a little bit. So if you hear me being like up having opposing thought, don't look at it like it's a personal attack. Darby says next thing we know, we are debating Heather's freedom because of that metal poisoning. Hmm. Um, I don't know about that. Johnson says, but when it was believed that Drew was Jason, he said he was leaving the mob. Sonny accepted it. My man, very, very true. Very true. But I'm gonna end the stream here because I am starting to get tired, and it's been a long day. But I do want to thank everyone for joining. And thank you for actually, just being y'all. I wasn't gonna actually come on, but I love doing this so much. Freddie says we're still God, but even if we agree to disagree, so it's no issue on my end, so I'm good. Yeah, no, Freddie, I'm always good. You're my guy, so don't worry about that. Darby says, Albert, you sound a lot like Heather now, bro. Darby, you're something else. Well, thank you for coming through, Tommy. I appreciate it. It's really good to see you. So thank you for being part of the crew. Johnson says, join us next time for another edition of Soul Chat with Albert Bostic. Thank you. Thank you, Jonathan. My guy, my right hand man. Appreciate you always. Yes, make sure you hit that like button because it really does help. But Freddie, listen. I don't sit there and have like serious arguments and stuff like that. It's a soap opera. Like it's a soap opera. I'm not gonna be some grown ass man sitting there going back and forth, like really raging out over a soap opera. Like, no, I'm not. I'm not doing that. Darby says, "My okay, Albert." No. But yes. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you for joining. Super fun as always. Appreciate every single one of y'all. Freddie says exactly, Albert. That's all I'm saying. It's just not Freddie. We good. We good. Don't worry about it. Darby says, and here I thought Diane was Sonny's lawyer. Listen, Darby, just because of that, Darby, I'm gonna get on you about that tomorrow. I'm gonna get on you about that tomorrow because Darby seemed like he wants some more. So I'm gonna have to sit there and set you straight tomorrow. Yes, Freddie. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you, Tommy. Thank you, Melly Mama Horror Queen. Thank you, gorgeous cat lady. Thank you, Blackmon. I think he was in the chat. Yeah, Blackmon was in the chat. Um, Darby says Sonny has Albert on retainer. Darby, I'm gonna be nice right now. I'm gonna be nice right now. Don't worry. I'll educate you tomorrow. There we go, Black Man. There we go. I was wondering if we were still in the chat. Yes, my friend. Have a great night. Thank you for joining. Um, thank you, Freddie, Jonathan, Dolomedics. I think he was down in the chat. Anyway, you know who you are. Have a good night, Susan. She's still in the chat. Um, it's always fun. I was only planning on being on here for an hour and a half, but like usual, whenever I'm sitting there talking to the group, you gotta sit there and go have a little OT. It goes into OT. There we go, Susan. I was hoping you were still in. Um, yes, have a good night, Susan. And yeah, I will see you in the next live stream. Laters.